So you see this more as an enhancement of the current care, of the
Yeah.
current process.
Yeah, and I'll let Dr. Ononye speak to that too.
Yeah, just another point. I think, like Tom said, blood culture has value, but a lot of times we repeat blood cultures daily, looking for an infection. So if I had a case where a T2 was positive and blood culture was negative, I wouldn't necessarily repeat the blood culture. I might repeat the T2 to see if we had adequately treated the infection. But I think there's a role for better utilization of our blood cultures that T2 can help with.
And I think there's sort of three components to the question you're asking. One is the technology capable of replacing blood culture? I think there's strong arguments based on these data that that's the case. Then the next question is, does the panel as it exists today represent a replacement of culture? I think that the menu is not as broad, obviously, as culture, and therefore you would want that as a backup for that initial diagnosis. But then to Dr. Ononye's point, this third component is, if you have a positive and a series of negative blood cultures, you may in fact, after utilization, after familiarity with the test, actually start reducing the number of cultures you're running.